I think we're live, Ron. Since you are live. Ron, have we ever done on location for Outlawed with Ron Stone?
I think this is the first.
This is the first. Hey, everybody, Jason Schultz. Who's this
Kevin
guy?
Bauer.
Kevin Bauer. That name resonates awesomeness. Don't you think, Ron?
It's kind of a big deal.
The Godfather. The Godfather. Dave Nelson. We had the governor of Iowa today. Honestly, Ron, when they said the governor of Iowa was here, I almost behaved for like just a second. And I was like, no, I'm
pretty good.
I'm just
You
going
were
to be
pretty good for
I'm
a
just gonna be
couple
me.
of seconds.
So, welcome everybody. We're live from the Iowa State Fair, day one. It was freaking awesome, and it was so good to be back at the Iowa State Fair. I'm kind of got goosebumps, Ron. You know, we can see the big grandstand over there. As a kid, that was something that I just went to every single year. Kevin, you can relate to that.
Oh yes.
And they've truly built a motorsport park for us here. I mean, I can flip it around and kind of show everybody, you know, what's going on there. So I don't know. I'm pretty jacked. I'm pretty jacked. It clearly is using this camera and not that camera.
Yeah, clearly. I was going to point that out.
Let me see here. Let's see if we can do that. It's supposed to be using my USB. There we are. Technology is fantastic. But here, guys, I mean, it's a beautiful facility. I mean, Ron, there's all the covered seating over there. There's a hillside they talked about. 400-foot track, right, Dave? 270 loads of dirt. Is that the deal?
270 loads of dirt they brought in about 60 days ago or less. So when you think about the dirt and the track, I mean, this is complete virgin hauled in. They hauled in 9 inches of clay, 3 inches of sand, 9 inches of clay, 3 inches of sand. They sit together as they put each layer down.
So we started at noon today, Ron. We started out with a two-wheel drive naturally aspirated class, and it was kind of fun because we had a points race.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And you were like, all of a sudden, you and Kurt were chatting, and it came down to not just first place, but how many wins. It came down to how many second place.
Second place hooks,
So
tiebreaker.
Can you take us through that, Ron?
Double tiebreaker. Yeah, when we came in, Mark Crowley, the hot iron, was in the lead. Van Beek and slightly twisted.
That's her truck. Yep.
Was in second place, and by 1 point. Well, Crowley finished one spot ahead, not in first. It would have been first, second. It would have been a clear 1 point win. Then the Outlaws, first and second are separated by 2 points, and all the other placings are separated by 1. But it was like, would he finish second, third, or third, fourth? It was 1 point separating, which tied the points for those two guys. So we had to go down to who had the most first place hooks. They both had identical number of first place hooks. So we had to go on down to second place hooks. Crowley had one more second place hook than Van Beek did. So Mark Crowley out of Minnesota, the hot iron machine, won the points. A modified naturally aspirated truck.
That was pretty good. And then we had the light pro stocks on the one side. Ryan Mitchell comes out with the hostile environment, you know, brand new track here, you know, and we're not apologetic for the track at all, but this is brand new. I mean, we just laid it in, so it was not taking a lot of power. Kevin, you can attest to that. Yeah. But you guys still put on a good show and let him get out and get running. Put the show on there. Ryan Mitchell comes out. He just put the Busch Light wrap on the hostile environment tractor.
That's your favorite tractor.
Well, it's just pretty cool. I'm a little jealous that I didn't get that little deal on the Remedy, but the Remedy looks really good with my Extreme Performance, so I'm not going to lie about that.
What are you talking about, Extreme Performance?
Yeah, those are my people.
Yeah, I know.
Those are my people. So, where is Taylor Van Beek? Oh, he's in the beer tent with Rich Eccles and Rich Johnson.
Oh, my God. Imagine that.
Yeah, weird that would happen like that. So we had awesome show today, Ron. It was kind of nostalgic. I kind of got goosebumps a little bit. We stood, you and I announced today in the announcer stand were George Hendricks, Dave Bennett. Dave Bennett messaged us 15 minutes before the show. Yeah. And he's like, well, you know, I'm supposed to retire, but if I keep showing up, he was making hay today. You know what I mean? So it was very nostalgic. You know, I'm 45 years old now.
Yeah. What was the message that he sent?
That you have a face for radio?
Yeah.
No, that was.
You have a voice for silent movies.
I have a voice for silent movies. No, that was that little Josh Rennion guy who was ripping on us a little bit. So, but no, he just said, you know, thank you. You know, he really wishes he really wanted to be here to kind of pass the torch off to you, Ron. That's basically what the message was. And
did he say he had the torch passed on to him and that same?
Yeah. So my dad was really close to George Hendricks over the years. We bought a lot of equipment for him, and so George would say, "I'm from Richland, Iowa." George Hendricks, the voice of the Iowa State Truck and I mean, just a real classic voice. Yeah. And you know, and my dad was really good friends with him. And when George was really sick at the end of cancer, Ron, he was going to die, and it sucked watching him deteriorate the way it did. But my dad was really good friends with him, and he kind of did he passed the torch, kind of did that. And that's Ron was really, that's what Bennett said. I was really hoping I could be there today. But like he said, if he keeps showing up, he's not really retired. So
his heart is still here, but he's trying to force himself to dance.
It'd be hard. I don't know. I'm going to quit pulling when I run out of money, which could be any day. Or, I don't know. I still can always be involved in the sport. As an announcer, you can help and different things like that. Having a pulling tractor obviously is very expensive, but it's something that makes you very, very proud. Proud to be part of. So it was a goosebump kind of a day, Dave. I don't know. I've been watching Dave's lives, watching Kevin work the track while Dave just does video because that's all I do. So I always feel I don't
trying
feel
to take up for you.
Yeah, well, you're good at it.
If he gets up any earlier in the morning, he might as well not go to bed.
The sunrise video this morning was a little weird.
A little early, I think.
Kevin, how long have you been running sleds?
Since 86, 84, 85, 86.
So you've seen it. How many times, honestly, how many times do you think you've been down the track?
Jeez. I have no idea.
We should just do the math on that. So.
Yeah, that'd be tough. When you do 100 hooks a night, that's tough.
We'd have to do the math on that.
Yeah, it would be a lot.
It was fun being up in announcer stand with Lori. This was, I don't know if I've ever truly announced a full outlaw show before. I've kind of popped in and out and did some yakking, but Ron, had a lot of fun working with you today. It's nice because we've been doing these Tuesday night shows together. I think there was just like a level of trust, you and I. Like, you knew I got my track and you had your track, and it was really fun. We announced to somebody new for the first time. It's a little stressful. It's like, well, because we all have we think we're the man. Let's be honest. And then you're like, well, but working with you, Ron, was easy. When I work with Leroy Schluter, it's easy because I trust and I know you guys. And I think we really, it was fun today.
We both had the understanding today that, and I even said to you at one point, I said, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut on what's going on.
And I said, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut either. So
We're good to go.
we tried not to talk to each other too much.
There was never a silent point on the radio or on the
No,
boat today.
there really wasn't.
There was never a silent point.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I think we kept them entertained the best we could.
It helps me.
It helps you.
When I got a hiccup, it's nice to have an announcer to cover up for it.
So it makes a lot of
So
fun.
Kevin here, he's pretty well known for building his track. So too, he's made lemonade out of lemons, I think, many times. Pretty tough going today with a brand new track. Well, not your fault, obviously. I can see you kind of took it personally the way you jumped on the track after it was over. You went out there for over 3 hours.
He was kind of like a golfer today. Right after the round, like I had the lead going into round 3, but you know what? It's not quite the lead I wanted to be, Ron.
So
Like, we're gonna redo this.
I guess part of the trouble is we spent all day yesterday on this track, and it helped. But we didn't spend much time on that track because we felt like it was there, and it obviously wasn't.
Well, I did, but I think we all went into this with the understanding of we know what we're getting into. It's not a
And
surprise. It's a
new
brand new
dirt.
facility.
All new dirt.
But the fact that the governor was here, the CEO of the Iowa State Fair was up there. I didn't realize who he was, that Gary guy. That's kind of a big deal.
He's been around here a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of caring on that, Ron.
The governor of Iowa waved to us.
I think it was me.
I know it was me because you were like,
I had my picture with her.
Yeah, that's how does Nelson, old suck ass Nelson, get all that stuff? You and I are working hard over here.
he's up at 3:30 in the morning doing Facebook Lives.
Oh, I love it. Russ Dostal says the Ulmer Mafia wins 2 events today, light, super, and modifieds. That was cool to have Mark Ulmer win and then Craig Ulmer win the mod. They were on the same track at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think the Ulmer Mafia, going to stick.
That's definitely a
So
thing.
we should probably get on the t-shirts before they do. Right? Let's try to make a little
Copyrighted.
Absolutely. Let's get on that. Library of Congress right now.
Jim Birch says, what I could hear from the track, you two did a great job. We appreciate you sucking up, Jim. Thank you very much. And then Richard Harriman checking in from Michigan. So that's really, really neat. So, Kevin, what's it mean to you to be back at the Iowa State Fair? I mean, you have a pulling legacy that's way longer than mine.
It's been huge because and of course it's your home fair, but it's always the one I enjoyed. I mean, I pulled at the Missouri State Fair. I pulled all over, and this was always the one I wanted to be at.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it'd ever come back.
No, that's fine. I appreciate the honesty on that. I mean, I know there's a business side of it, right, Ron? Dave?
Yep.
I mean, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, they're charging $10 to park a car here, right? I counted the cars. I wouldn't use it. That's from scratch, right? And then to get into the event, and I don't want to get into all the prices and stuff like that, but it's a business, right? And what are we going to put to fill the grandstands? But the fact that they're building truck and tractor pulling, I mean, the guys gave them the dirt sample. They brought it in, right? And they're mixing it. I mean, that's a good sign for pulling
Oh
Iowa.
yeah, that they're going all out.
Is there a state, Ron, where for Dave or Kevin as well, is there a state that truly is ag more important to a state? And I'm not trying to be all play favorite, but when you think of Iowa, What's Iowa known for? It's corn.
It's been pretty special in the ag.
It's corn. It's John Deere. It's Pella. It's go down the list of manufacturers in the world and ethanol and everything. And so it's
it's I heard the rumors too. Over the last few years, since the pulling was gone from Iowa State Fair, that's never coming back. You see it all the time.
Well,
right? It's never coming back.
The longer it went on, the more the concern got to be.
I think. I mean, let's talk as a puller and a sled operator, Kevin. The racetrack sucks, right? I mean, it was. If you could come in, we came in with my dad's True Charger D21. We could be within like 15 feet of Matt Goodman back in the day because those guys could just overpower track. This is going to be a power track.
It will be.
I mean, you look at that right now.
You give it a year or two to get.
Let it
The
freeze.
ingredients are there.
Let it
just
crack.
needs to cook.
Throw some rye on it this
It'll come
fall.
together.
Throw a little manure on it. It's going to be good. And
Everybody's got to be patient.
so I would, we have two beautiful hillside seating. I can kind of show that a little bit. I know that a little bit of the sun, but the hillside seating over there, guys, that's the finish line. That's the starting line area, the hillside seating. So, Ron, what have you heard, or Dave, about expanding the seating and different things like that? Because it wasn't standing room only today, but it was full.
There was a good
Let's
crowd
be honest.
for noon on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was like 2,500 today is what they figured in the grandstand, and then you could add easily 400 or 500. I bet in the pits.
Oh, yeah, totally. This side was jammed.
Yeah.
This side was
So
completely
right
jammed.
now they're figuring. I think 3 to 3. I think it's about 3,000 to 4,000 is capacity if it was shoulder to shoulder in the grandstand and the whole berm. But their plans are to get it over 6,000 in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
They're going to add another set of bleachers up behind on top of the current ones with the big canopy coming over it. And then on each berm, they're going to finish those out with bleachers as well. And the thought is in those bleachers, they're going to do underground or in the earth or in the side hill restrooms.
Okay.
And bending in the backside of the hills.
Oh, nice.
Bending or with the bleachers over the top. So, I mean, the fair, I've talked to probably 5 of the state fair board members.
Okay.
And they are all committed to this. And from Gary Slater, the manager, all the way down, they are committed. And you can tell by the dirt and the work they went into putting the dirt down for us.
Well, they've been over backwards. To get
They've
this
done nothing but give us what we've asked for. We've been very respectful of what we've asked for.
So, I mean,
Overflow parking, everything.
we're kicking off a new era, in all honesty. I mean, of the Iowa State Fair and what truck and tractor pulling means to the Iowa State Fair. And again, I can't think of another state, and I live in Wisconsin now, but I grew up in Iowa. I can't think of another state that ag means more to than Iowa and in the Iowa State Fair. And truck and tractor pulling is a natural that. I mean, the National Farm Machinery Show, Championship Truck and Tractor Pulling, Dave, you're part of that as a board. That's there because of the farm show. Right. These people can go to the fair and then come to the truck and tractor pull, and that's that good correlation on that, Ron. I think it's super important that that tradition continues.
Absolutely.
It's a tradition, but it's a culture too. We're building this culture for the Elwha Family Park, and part of that is tractor pulling.
So Jim Asher, we're pulling again tomorrow at noon. So and I know the numbers were strong on outlawpulling.tv today. So for people that couldn't be here, we understand that. But why do they ask? One of the questions is why do they make us pull during the day? Well, the Beach Boys are going to fire up in a couple hours. So, do we love truck and tractor pulling? Yes, we do. But can we get 70,000 people? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think people are going to watch the Beach Boys.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
It would be. I would like that a lot. That's like Indy Super Bowl.
Yeah. They had Blake Shelton in here the night before last, and they had 17,000.
So Blake Shelton, yes, 17,000.
That's their big show for the year.
Blake Shelton's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
But the governor of Iowa did wave at me.
I thought it was me because I actually.
I was like, we were both. I'm like, what's Nelson? What a suck up. The guy's on WHO, KCCI, all the cool stuff. Ron, you and I do all.
You got to do what you got to do.
So, if you were at the pool today, please type in the comments if you enjoyed the show. Did you watch it at outlawpulling.tv? Are you coming tomorrow? It's going to be from noon, probably to 4 or 5 o'clock again. We have diesel super stocks tomorrow. We have 4-wheel drive mods tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow?
Supermod 2-wheel drives, Light Luna Pro stuff.
Every outlaw class is going to be here between the 2 days, man. So that's what it's all about. So Josh Runyon says, look at them ugly mugs. I think that Josh Runyon needs to get blocked on Facebook.
Josh, I'm sorry I tried to get these guys out of here.
Does he work for us?
I think I've heard of this guy.
Who is Josh?
Josh Runyon. Does it rhyme with onion?
Onion.
Chickasha, Oklahoma. It's very own. Alex Van Kem is checking in from Minnesota. Can't wait to see the Outlaws again in Madison, South Dakota. I like
Coming
to see
up,
that
next week, next Saturday. Jeez.
Look at them ugly mugs. Was there today, going tomorrow. So Gary D. Cook, I saw him in Springville Friday night. Very, very loyal fan of the Outlaws. Loves Iowa truck and tractor pulling. So Burgundy Freeze today, I don't know if you saw that. So she's the daughter of Glenn Freeze. So she sang the national anthem. And she got proposed to on the track. So that was fun. because I was fighting with her, like, you need to sing the national anthem on the track. We're trying to fire a wireless mic because we're like, how do we pull out this proposal, right? So then I said, I need you to go out on the track. You know, I kind of used you are the only female member of the Iowa Tractor Pulling Station Board. So we got that her on the track, that her her boyfriend before that, come running out there and knelt down. So that's pretty cool.
She was surprised, definitely.
So she had like I said to you, Ron, we were announcing earlier. So she got to sing the national anthem at the Iowa State Fair. Bucket list. Right. Then she got proposed at the Iowa State Fair. Bucket. I'm assuming she wants to get married because she did the whole.
Oh yeah, and her face was red.
Can you imagine? Yeah. You know, I don't ever want to be that guy, but what if they say, I'm just not ready? You know, that'd be, well, would you do it right away, Ron? Would you wait a little bit? Something like that. And then third, she got to back her dad, Glenn Freeze, who's really been beneficial, not beneficial, I'm not the right word.
He's running around here.
He's worked his hiney off.
He worked his hiney off. Glenn Freeze did too. The red ink, and he had a nice pass today out there with all of that. So just super, super fun. Robert Plunk is checking in from Ohio. James Harmon says, thank you for tractor pulling. Wasn't able to watch it all today, being at work. A great show today, guys. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The Black 1066. So, yeah. So, Jesse Giza won the 4-1 class. That's my dad's old tractor. Right. Pretty proud of that. That's Van Beek's old tractor. Yep. So, there's a lot of that tractor's been around, and nothing makes me smile more than to see Jesse do it as well as he did today. With my
he
dad's
hugged
tractor.
that right boundary. He was
one pass there.
Yeah.
It was one pass
there.
there.
One pass.
And like he said, I'd rather be lucky than good. But that thing is good. And he did the right thing today. Because Connie Molinex, started out in the middle, kind of drifted to the right. And she landed out there 333, and you and I both kind of looked at each other. So. And then fans, I should have won $100 today from Stoner.
Well,
because the first two Pro Stock gas trucks hugged the right line from our. When Ron and I talk, we're talking about how you sit in the seat of the truck or the tractor and the right line. And I said to Ron, and then Chain Stretcher, who won the class today, right?
Chain Stretcher, third, he was first one to go.
He went to the top left, and he ran that line. And I said to Ron, I will bet you $100 that every single Pro Stock four-wheel drive truck stays up there. And he's like, well, Jason, there's 25 of them. I'm like, I just want to retract
and every one of them hit the same
Every
wall.
single one of them stayed up there.
Every one of them hit the same wall.
I could have won $100 today from Ron.
Not one of them rolled the dice. They
No,
all
they
hit the same wall up there on that line.
And it really was. I mean, everybody knew what they're getting into, but it was a brand new track. So I mean, there wasn't the ground speed we're used to seeing. We're not picking on it. We're not ripping on it. It's just honest truth. Yeah, it was truly, like you said, Ron. It was a driver's track today.
It was tough sledding for those guys. Those guys who pushed the 1,200 horsepower, DOT tires. I noticed there's one weight in the box, and they were struggling. I mean, the winner went 267 and change.
But if you take a scenario like we did, and the guys did a great job.
They did. They worked their butts off. I was here all day.
Put on the show you did today. We really appreciate it. So. But I'm telling you, this facility is going to be, and not the facility's here. The track will get in. It needs to go through a winter. It needs to crack. It needs to freeze. It needs to sit down in, come back up, come to life, and that's what a good track does.
It'll be here. It'll be here.
The nerds there just got to get together.
Yeah, it's a great facility already. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I mean,
and there's a lot of state fairs that don't have truck and tractor pull. Kentucky doesn't have it. Wisconsin doesn't have a tractor pull at the Wisconsin State Fair. So I mean, that's what
Ohio State Fair used to be famous for a tractor pull. They don't have a tractor.
Yep. So
they used to be a big deal. Yeah, I grew up a kid in Ohio. It was huge.
It used to be right before Bowling Green all the time.
Yep.
Week before Bowling Green.
So you go Ohio State Fair then Bowling Green?
Yeah.
That would have been a party. How did your liver make it through those days, Kevin?
It was tough.
It was tough. I love the honesty. So,
of course, I haven't been home for 2 weeks. What do you think it feels like right now?
It's probably rough. No, and I don't think until you've been part of something like this or have a pulling tractor, it's not just the money. It really isn't.
But after we've done the last 3 days, you got to drink something.
That is for sure. So if you're close to Des Moines, Kevin needs a beer. Not just one, not just two, all of them. So what's your beverage of choice, Kevin? Ultra. Michelob Ultras, guys.
He's watching his figure.
Let's get
going to be sponsors bringing Ultras up to the cabins.
That's fine. We can't be afraid. But it's really cool to be back at the Iowa State Fair, Ron. I'm pretty stoked about it. Dave, you did an amazing job on Facebook the last 3 days. Keep the hype going and stuff like that. And every time you showed it, Kevin, we could see him just working. Whether he was in a dozer
there was
or a
7
grader.
vehicles, 7 tractors, maintainers going down the track, working.
Trying to do what we could do.
Yep.
Yeah, so just kind of recapping some of the classes today. We started out.
Are you on the Outlaw Truck
I am
and Tractor
on the
Pulling
Outlaw
app?
Truck and Tractor going out.
I did mention that mucho times.
I caught that.
I think I even mentioned it to the governor of Iowa when she waved at me. I'm like, Kim, did you download the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling yet, Governor? So, but seriously, guys,
Can you zoom in on this?
yeah, we can just put it right on the camera. But the governor did post on her Facebook page today.
What is that? That's me with her arm around.
This
me.
camera right
That's me with the governor's
Look
arm
at
around
Nelson.
me.
Blah,
Her arm.
blah, blah,
See that? Her arm's on my shoulder.
Oh, brother.
The governor of Iowa. That's why the state troopers were here, Stone. I thought they were here for you. They were here to keep an eye on Dave
Nelson, yeah.
Nelson, yeah.
Somebody actually said that on the
my
radio.
wife's not on this.
This is good. We're live on DaveNelson.com.
At Dave Nelson.
I got it, Dave Nelson.
Yes, so just kind of recapping some of the classes here. We started out with the modified natural aspirated two-wheel drive. Aaron Deckers won that. He was book number 1.
Yeah.
Early in the class. Won that. Twisted Sister took second, which was Alyssa Van Beek. Slightly Twisted took third. Mark Crowley, Hot Iron fourth. Rounding out top 5, Tammy Hunick in third, Diva. And of course, Hot Iron won points.
Yeah.
That
was fun. That was fun watching you and Kurt talk about all that. And, have to go down from how many wins did they have? Then they typed in how many wins they had. It came down to how many second places did you have?
Which that's cool.
That's awesome, Kevin.
Yeah,
To pull something like that off.
That's good. That's several classes. We have the Super Farm that's one that goes down the wire every year. Down those. Looking at the Pro Stock 4-wheel drive, we had 21 of them. Chain Stretcher, Toby Vanderpool, which that's kind of cool for him. He's from Indianola, not too far from here.
No, it's not.
He won that class at 267.23. Brett Stamps, the Troublemaker, wasn't far behind. He was 6 inches behind him. So pretty close there.
Inches matter in pulling.
Derek Brown, the defending points champ, took third.
Kevin, you don't have to sit here all night with us if you don't want to.
That's all.
You want to go drink some Michelob
I'm
Ultra?
going to drink some.
Just wave at the
Kevin
wave at the
Bauer
camera.
here.
I'm Kevin Bauer. He's a big deal.
Hello, everybody.
Sled operator, track builder extraordinaire. Right?
Extraordinary.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kev. Good job, buddy.
We're gonna go start pulling more semis.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, if there's any pullers that want to chat, send them this way. Seriously, give me that Clint Medding guy. I want to chat with him. So, all right, Stoner.
Yep. So bipolar Keith Hammonds, he took fourth. Whoa. Oh, you found the soft spot on the track there, buddy.
Yeah, we gotta needle. We gotta pack that in a little bit better.
And Keith Hammonds, he's pretty well known for being a good track reader.
Real quick, Ron. So they're setting up the fireworks right over there, guys. You see that, the truck? That's the fireworks are gonna go off tниght. So.
Yeah, we had to remove our Zoom flags over there. They didn't want any flammable.
And then see that thing going in the air over there? Ron and I are gonna go on that later. We're hoping to let 2 fat guys in there. You see that thing going in there?
On that is though, buddy. That kind of makes me nervous. I'm not sure if the guy running that's qualified to
make that decision. If the weight allowance is 500 and it's like 525, and he's like, "Hey, you're good," I don't think I'm gonna do it. The Grizzly took 5th. Bill Kinney and the Grizzly had a winner set. Once again,
that's emotional, right?
It is. Randy Johnson.
He passed away last year.
Passed away in February, and I mentioned it earlier during the pool, but he won the Cowtown Showdown. That Pro Stock 4-wheel class, the biggest class we have at the Cowtown Showdown. I mean, we have 54 applicants for that. Yep. He made it into the finals and won on the finals. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And of course, he passed away in February suddenly. I think it was a heart attack. And Phil Kinney, his partner, kind of wrenched on the truck. Good to see that he's keeping that going, though. Such a great truck, and keep that dynasty.
Is that going. Chuck Lee, the Rawhide?
Chuck Lee,
light super puller.
Yeah, Chuck Lee, Rawhide. Said it was fun being there. Well, Chuck, it was good having you. Good seeing you in Macon last week too. Had a good hook in Macon. I think he took third.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. So. Sorry, you know how I am.
You're good.
Yeah, I kind of bounce all over the place.
Yeah, yep. Light Superstock. Going there, Chuck Lee took 5th today. So he's from Macon, so that was kind of homecoming.
Yeah.
Malfunction Junction took 4th.
And we talked about that day. So we had a couple light limited super stocks today from the East Central Iowa, and then my dad would bring D21 the blackjack. We were just a limited pro back then, and kind of like a super farm basically. But we'd come to Iowa State Fair because we had 2 turbos on the old blackjack, and on the old racetrack, you usually finish middle of the pack because like Goodwin and the big tractors like that would just honk it out there. We knew. I mean, we were never like we knew we didn't have what they had, but on the old racetrack. Sure. And the pullers, I think honestly, the pullers are excited to have a pulling track. You know what I mean? For them.
That was one thing they did here too. Was this is specifically built for pulling, and the other motorsports events are secondary. The way I understood the way they did this, because
if they truly did, and they did with the dirt.
The recipe for the dirt was for pulling, and 4 polling only.
Because like
So,
Dave said, you know, you have a rodeo, you have a monster truck, you have a demo derby, but the dirt that was brought in here, guys, at Des Moines was for pulling and pulling only. So
they go into third in light super with Barn Buddy, Chuck Schluter,
they had some
Corey
nice
Schluter
passes today.
took second,
The John Deere's, yeah.
and Mark Ulmer, that guy from Minnesota, South Dakota.
That
took
Ulmer
third.
Mafia,
And
hashtag Ulmer Mafia.
For sure.
They got it figured out. So
Yeah, we can go to the mod tractors. We talk about the Ulmer Mafia. Of course, Craig Ulmer with Sweet Pain took the win here. Cross-tracking
yes,
from left to right.
yes.
Whether it was by design, he did say it
he
was by
said-
design afterwards. Sure,
And
he would say
we
that.
call
Craig
BS
Ulmer.
on that Ulmer, just so you know. But he did. I mean, that front end hung in the air in the old Sweet Pain. He was just drifting to the right. And he kept it in balance, and he was so close that the buckboard of the sled actually got the
He'd
fire
like
signal.
us to think he was feathering the right brake to get it over there.
But he was lying. But that's okay. He
Ulmer
won.
Mafia.
He won the Iowa State.
He did.
So that's pretty cool.
Cotton Candy, Cameron Neves out of McAdoo, Texas, second. Donald Nelson, Cat Spring, Texas, third. Wayne Longnecker, the River at fourth, and Jeff Paulson running on empty.
Longnecker had a big cheering section today.
He did.
You know, I mean, we didn't do that for everybody. I tried to,
Right.
you know, you and I, when we're announced, we try to highlight the local pullers,
Sure.
if you will. And man,
Sure.
there was a big group of section in Section D there.
Yeah, they were
cheering for Longnecker
They were
and
rowdy.
River Rats.
when you called them out. So, Super Farm, Mike Dunfall, burning bucks. I kind of saw what he was due. Oh, they're going to bring us this guy.
He brought us
Bring
people
us this guy.
out of everybody. But of everybody,
Let's get
he
him in
could
here,
have brought.
surprise guest here.
So this is what makes it fun.
Let's
Is the
get him
Iowa
in the
State
hot
Fair.
seat here.
We
You
just
give him
grab
that
these random
soft
dudes.
part of the track. Did you? Carol was kind of soft there.
No, we're all
Sit
right.
down.
I'll stand up.
No, sit down.
No, that's a hot seat, buddy. You gotta sit
That's it. You got to sit in the hot seat.
You know what me over
You're
there.
live on
The
Facebook.
great
and the
Tony
YouTube.
Wortman from Montgomery City, Missouri.
He's a big deal. We've had him on the show before.
Yeah, I don't know about the big deal part, but yeah.
Well, it's our show. Just
Okay.
play with us.
Okay, I'll go with it.
We
I'll
like
go
to
with it.
embellish a little bit.
That's just because you pull a red tractor and I do too, and I'm lonely in the pro stock class.
Yeah,
I was going to mention that. I was going to mention that. A lot of
his
green in
tractor
your
is very,
class,
very pretty.
Tony. A lot of
Yeah,
green.
if
in
the
there.
driver ever gets his head together, we'll make a good bet.
Tony, welcome to the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah.
Buddy. Good to
Yeah.
see you.
Been a
Good to see
while,
ya.
4 years. We're glad to be back.
We had a great day one.
Yep. I was here, watched it.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't see you running around. I was really focused on the job today, and then the state troopers were right below us.
Yeah,
I was a little nervous.
And the
I was a
governor.
little nervous.
I'm not kidding. You see 3 or 4 state troopers go to the announcer stand, then the governor comes in and like,
Yeah.
you know, I might
Well,
not
you
wanna,
gotta
I might not want to swear today. I might want to behave.
He kept covering his ankle.
yeah, there you go.
You're the one.
You're the
You wore the high socks.
Yeah.
So, a lot of fun.
Yep.
A lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Well,
still swelled up.
talk
too,
to
that's
us.
swell.
talk to us. Tap
Well,
down.
we're glad to be in here. Like I said, we haven't been here in 4 years, and like I said, hopefully everything will go good tomorrow. And like I said, it'll be good numbers and weather's good. The track, I think, will be a little better tomorrow than
It
it
will
was
be.
today.
They've already dug this thing up
Yep.
and plowed it back in.
And I just told Dave, I
Sheets
said,
put it in.
I've pulled long enough. I've never seen a track that they just throw together. Mother Nature has to have a winner with
Yep.
it to make it really,
Yeah.
really good.
That's what makes me real happy.
Yep.
It needs to freeze and crack.
You got to blend things together. Yep. I think we'll put a good show on for 'em.
So where was your total? So for people that don't know what we're doing about, so basically there's only enough room basically for the sessions competitors.
Yeah.
So we let all the haulers in for that. Then we just say, get out of here.
We
And
were
then we
over at
bring in-
Prairie Meadows Casino.
Oh, so how did you do? Did you hit any doubles?
We
triple
didn't even
sevens?
go in the casino.
Liar.
No, we sat out in the parking lot like a tractor pull and just socialized and drank a beer.
Oh, I know the Texas boys.
Yeah, we were over there with the Texas
I
boys.
guarantee they were.
Yeah.
Anybody has some questions for Mr. Wortman? Type it in the comments. You think he's pretty? Think he's ugly? Go for it.
Ugly for sure.
It's the Outlawed with Ron Stone. This is Ron's show, and I'm trying to hijack it a little bit.
We need to ask Tony a really serious question. Were you here when the governor was here?
I was here, but I did not
Who was she
realize.
actually waving at?
I
whenever-
have no idea.
Ron or Jason?
Well, if I had to bet on neither,
I think you're right. Actually, we've been having a little bit of fun with that all day.
she was
Tony,
probably
how much
waving
we got to
at-
pay you to go up in that little circly thing with me?
There's not enough money to make me do that.
So, see that thing over there? That thing going up and down? Oh, I think.
You drive a 5,000 horsepower tractor that weighs
And you
10,000 pounds. You won't
Now, Ron, if it's 5,000, that's why I'm losing because I don't have 5,000.
Tony, we're announcers. We embellish.
I
This is
understand,
where you need to play
Let's
along.
go with
Just go with the
Okay,
flow.
yeah.
Smile.
but you
Say
know,
I'm pretty-
I'm not a fan of heights, so that looks like something for you and Ron to do, not me.
We want to go Facebook Live in there. We did talk about that.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Montgomery City, you guys had a great poll.
Great show. Everything went great. A lot of hooks. Had 105 hooks, 3.5 hours. Crowd was great.
Yeah, it
Fairport
was
was happy.
It was,
It was hot, but welcome to Montgomery City.
Yeah.
It's
We
hot
joked
every year.
about that. It was really a nice day today. We were in announcers and
Oh, it
we had to
was.
cover it, and there was a nice breeze. But like Ron said, if it was 99% humidity, like, it's a great game for Fuller.
Yeah, but no, we always have hot weather.
Yeah.
It's just normal. Third week of July, you can just count on hot weather. But no, with the fair board was happy. The best crowd they had in a long time. So we're
Good.
tickled to death. Looking
Good
forward
deal.
to next year.
So Tony Grimes, international was a 1466.
1066.
1066. International
Tapped out.
called Tapped Out.
Beautiful.
Good looking tractor.
Sharp.
Yes.
Most of the tractors in that class are green.
So here's the deal. You don't have a pro stock and not have it be good looking. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's like bringing the third cousin to the prom. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
had
gotta bring
one.
the first cousin.
I had one for a couple of years. I turned my ag chassis into a pro stock, and then we finally got to the point where we could get a component, and had Mike Stinson do the sheet metal, and he did an awesome
That is
job.
chassis. I've heard of him.
It
It's
is
kind of a big deal.
It is meticulous, perfect. It's really too nice for us. But
It's
I'm
really
proud
nice
of it.
for us.
I'm proud of it. It looks nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Just look who do we have in there that's not John Deere
And-
besides the Doyle.
And
Rodney
while
Davidson.
he's looking, what are some of your Iowa State memories? So it's like how many years can you imagine?
We've been pulling here 10 or 11 years. The first year I come here, we had a green and a red 4-1, same time, same trailer. We caught a lot of heck about that because we hauled around a green and a red one. And we first year here, nobody knew us. I pulled in here, we got second, third place, and all of a sudden everybody knew us.
Yeah, we typically when you fish the top three, you get people's attention.
So, but you know, and I won one here about 5-6 years ago, 4-1. So, I mean, this is a great place besides the pull, and it's just a great state fair. I mean, there's so much to do. The atmosphere is good. But yeah, no, we've been here 10 or 11 years total pulling.
Yeah, week in and week out, you're pretty much the only red tractor. I mean,
Rodney
there's
Davidson's
red iron.
coming around. He's
That's
coming
coming
around.
around.
Jimmy last week at Macon, I was high hopes for Jimmy after his surgery. And I think he's feeling great, but the tractor, something
Tractor's
about
not
an
feeling
oil
great.
line blew off. He thought it was the best luck ever. I heard it blew in
Look
the
at this
turbo.
comment. This is kind of fun. Isn't that horrible? Yeah, he's
Yeah, she knows what we're talking about.
She knows
She
what
was
we're talking
around for that.
Tyler Ulmer's birthday today. Happy birthday, Tyler Ulmer.
Yep. So Gary Spock's birthday as well.
Yeah,
Shout out
slick
to Gary
guy.
Spock.
Always suck up to the slip guy. What do you need, Messa?
Yeah.
What do you need?
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 But no, so the Iowa State Fair, we've been coming quite a while. Yep. Like I said, we used to come up here and then go right home before we went to Wisner. And then we started going to Wisner and making a trip out of it.
Yeah.
It makes it a great week.
Awesome.
Real good.
Yeah, real good.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah. You want to be live on Facebook with us?
Sure.
Come on in. Who are you?
Why not?
Who are you?
I'm nobody.
Well, just
Well,
here.
Hey,
Hey,
ladies and
we
gentlemen,
got nobody.
nobody.
Stand behind Tony.
From the Iowa State Fair here.
See, we're live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hey guys.
This show,
Hey, gals.
this show you reach about 15,000 people.
Oh,
on
cool.
Tuesday nights.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was just stopping in to see how turnout was. Everybody
This
says
is Mike
real good.
S. He's with admissions.
Mike S.
His gate number is 2111230. So go punch in at the Iowa State Fair.
I'm at all the gates.
I'm
Come
at
and
all
see
the
me. I'm everywhere. Monster truck lovers. All right.
I love it. Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
See, we're about making everybody a star.
We're Ron. We love everybody. We love everybody. How did you get into pulling, Tony? Because a lot of times when we're promoting the polls,
So
yeah,
most tractor pullers would
you
not-
hate. First of all, you hate your money. Let's
well,
say it.
yeah, that's
we all
part
do.
of it.
We all pullers hate our money.
Most tractor pullers would not admit this, but I was actually pulled trucks for 4 or 5 years before I started pulling tractors. Me and my brother had a pro stock pickup.
Wow. You say something bad about my mom.
You know, I'm just saying. When all our tractor pulling friends are like, "You did what?" I'm like,
did
"Yes,
what?
we pulled trucks for 4. We slammed
slam-
doors.
door
We
slammers.
slammed doors, and then we finally built an 82. 80 was light limited pro now, but 466 tractor. We pulled it for a long time. Then we got into the 4-1 class with the John Deere with Doug Spotka. Then we tapped out 4-1. Then we run the 2-4-1
What was the John Deere called?
all summer long.
Oh, something.
There's another guy in your class that's a reformed truck puller. Kyle Carson.
Kyle Carson,
A
yes.
reformed truck puller. I like how you said that.
He used to pull
We're
for us
bringing
like
along.
that.
Remember Uncle Buck? I'm gonna quit smoking on the 15-step program. I'm gonna go to tobacco and then cigars for 5 years.
Right,
I'm gonna chew tobacco for 5 years. John Candy.
Yeah.
That's a
So now
throwback.
we've been doing it 20, how many years? 21 or 2 years. You notice how she's not getting to be part of it.
Yeah. Why are you being so shy? That's
No.
a star.
No.
Cooler management. That's important.
That is.
That's
very
important.
And radio.
That means he's
If
responsible for
anybody's
keeping
at the
ice in
Iowa State
cooler,
grounds, I would take a
keeping
Tito's
stock packed.
with anything. Ron, what would if somebody could bring you a drink right now? What would you want?
Besides water, maybe a Busch Light. Bud
Busch
Light.
Light, I would take a Tito's
Cold,
Crown
of
Royal.
course.
Nothing, no beer. I like hard stuff. Just being up front. Tony, what's your go-to?
Bud Light.
Bud Light. So Tony wants a Bud Light. So tapped out. That's how you do that. So.
Yeah. But now it's yep.
So what did you do from Macon to this week? Did you do anything to the tractor? Tell us what happened at Macon last week.
Macon last week, the driver was the problem.
Are you Maribeth? Yeah, come here. Somebody wants to see you. So it's Yankee, Tanya.
Tanya wants to say hello.
Yep. Come on in, Maribeth.
The driver just failed to put it in the correct gear.
I can admit driver problem.
I can admit that.
I recall that now. I recall that, and
Just wave. Yep.
I
You're a
recall that.
lot prettier than this guy. So
But as an announcer, I never say that.
You can say it.
I may have actually.
If I
know,
mess
we-
up,
I may have actually said it.
it's hard, honestly, to no, but seriously, as an announcer, Ron, we see the best line on the track, Tony. We really do. As an announcer, I mean, we
see
can
every
the
hook.
shine. We see it. We see, we can see when a tractor really takes off.
Yeah.
Like when Connie Mullick stayed in the 4-1s, and then the whole Giza snuck over, and just blasted
Yeah,
down
we're
that right
chatting
side.
between hooks too. Like,
But
I know
it
where I'm
truly-
going.
You really see it, and like we're not picking on you because I'm a puller as well, and Ron pulls trucks. You know,
the
so
announcer and the sled guy has the best seat. in the house.
yes, we really do. We can see all of that. So.
Yeah, the sled
But
guys can tell you at 50 foot.
I've had
whether it's gonna
pullers
be
come up
good
to me
or
and say,
bad.
"I can't believe you said that about my tractor." I'm like, "Listen, I'm not announcing to the crowd. I'm trying to entertain the crowd and it's be informative as well. Not just you're my friend, but I'm also being honest. Like, hey, you missed your front end weight. I'm sorry. I missed my front end weight day.
Yeah,
Shit
it happens to all of us.
Right?
And you're just making an observation and passing that on to the crowd.
Yeah.
That's just like when you're talking about the line somebody's taking, you think you know where it's at. And I can almost hate to mention it sometimes, because I feel like I'm giving out something that I shouldn't be.
No, but we talk about the road. You're never giving anything out. I've been down there.
Yeah.
I've been down there, and we all look at the distances. Oh, so and so just went 333. Okay, so that's a good line. Let's split that line and let's blast down there. You know what I mean? So you're not giving anything away, but the crowd doesn't understand that because I would say, Ron, I would think 50% of the crowd, they go to one pull a year. The other 50%, they're followers. I mean, they go to 5-6 pulls a year. I truly believe that.
They understand it.
Yeah, and I think it's our job when we're announcing, Ron, to really tell the story.
Yeah.
So if we piss off Tony Wortman, he's going to get over it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
got big shoulders.
I got
can
big
handle it.
shoulders.
I can
He
handle it.
promotes a pull as well. So that's a pain in the ass. So that's all good.
Yep, exactly.
That is all
So
good.
the right gear this week.
We'll try. I'm gonna put it in the big gear till it dies.
Big gear.
I would.
That's what
Mary
she
Beth
told me.
Giggling. You kind of want to here. I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh
already.
yeah, I know that here.
All right. So you said it doesn't make 5,000 horsepower. What's it make?
3,400.
3,400.
So that's an awesome number.
Yep.
That's an awesome
Big step from our old turbos. The old turbos, it's about a 700 horsepower.
number. I like it.
Yeah.
So the light supers would have been our big in the mods today. Would have been our big horsepower classes today. Tomorrow we got the pro stocks, diesel supers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So.
Yep.
And it's gonna be if I'm the Matt Goodwin tomorrow, and I've been going 396 like a big dog, like Superman. This may not be the track. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
No, you're gonna have to get over.
You're gonna have to drive it because Ron said all day this is the driver's track, and watching those pro stock 4-wheel drive guys.
Yeah.
Tony, it was
It was tricky. It was tricky.
hard for them to get going. So.
Yep.
And I didn't see if Meisinger was signed. Was Meisinger signed up for tomorrow?
Charles, where do I find class rules? Go to outlawpulling.com, Charles. That's good. Chris Portell's checking in from O'Fallon, Missouri.
O'Fallon.
O'Fallon.
That's
Over
close
close
to
to
home.
St. Louis.
That's close to home.
Let's see. Diesel Super. Of course, I'm using.
So a lot of the
80.
pullers fans, so all the day sessions, they had to
Yep,
leave
Meisinger
today.
is
Now they're
tomorrow.
bringing in all the pullers that are pulling in tomorrow. So a lot of people are parked at Adventureland or Prairie Meadows. I call it
Yeah.
Adventureland. That was my vacation as a kid. Going to Adventureland. So
Diesel Super is going to be good tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you
Meisinger
got?
is coming. Meisinger going to lay down at Monster Pass
he beat Goodwin.
in Mobile and beat
Yeah.
Goodwin.
He went 4 or something.
Yeah.
Goodwin was only 390. So
They only
380.
394 or
390.
something like that. Meisinger came out and blew it out past 400. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
Yep.
So he's going to be here tomorrow. 7 Diesel Supers signed up for tomorrow. 2-wheel drives, 22 Supermod 2-wheel drives.
Really? Run through that for me.
Supermod 2-wheelers.
Because normally we have 15 consistently. Who do we pick up? Do we pick up some Wisconsin guys, Illinois
Let's
guys?
see. I'll tell you the ones. The Murphy's Law. I've seen that one before. That's a turbocharged truck. It's actually pretty stout.
Yep.
He makes
Very
pretty good
nice.
passes. Susan's Nightmare, Glenn Michael. He's out of Des Moines. He's pulled a Countdown
Yeah,
Showdown.
I know him.
Orange show, like 32, 4, something like that.
Michaels. Yep.
Park Beatland, Stumi, twin turbo T-bucket.
I saw them Friday night in Springville.
Blown
Iowa.
Insanity, Jake Kleinschmidt.
Yep, he was in
Willys.
Springville. That's a Willys. That's a 34.
Showtime, Wayne Timmerman. American Ethanol will be here. Scott Jensen. Special Delivery's going to be here. He hasn't pulled with us a lot this year. Randy Windley.
That's what's neat about the state fair. You know, Tony, we pick up some extra pullers that we
Yes.
normally don't do.
Yep.
Because they want to pull at the state fair.
Mark Nam, the Imposter. That truck, that's a turbo truck, runs really well.
Yes.
Feeling Lucky, Chad Konigan. High Maintenance, Thomas Terrell. And then you got all the Texas guys. You got Lil Whip. You got Texas Two Step.
How many pro stocks do we have tomorrow in Tony's class?
14, I think.
15.
15.
Big
And you got
10,000
2 red
pros.
ones,
All the rest are green.
12 green, and a Deutsch.
Tony and all my friends.
And an XC in orange.
And you got a,
Yeah,
I forgot about Rick Shop. Yep. So,
Yeah, Robert Davidson is going to be here.
Rick Shabby and the
Beer
Deutsch.
Green.
Yep.
Bryce Van
It'll be a good show.
It'll be awesome.
Shoot, yeah. I mean,
Did you get in and get parked?
Yeah, we just got in here, and
And Dave
Nelson roped me into this like I
Oh,
was
wow.
going to look at something, and he did not tell me what I was going to do.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
we
what
told
we're
him to
doing.
round up some interviews. He takes it pretty seriously. I mean,
He does.
he was up at 4:30 this morning.
Doing live videos.
Doing live- It was 5:30 the day before. I mean, I don't. Been picking up here.
At 4:30, I was
This weather,
sleeping
this
really
weather is really nice.
good. You were sleeping really good. Yeah.
So light limited pro stock tomorrow, 31.
Jim Birch says, watch out for Scott Frankie. He could be the dark horse in a diesel
Oh.
super set class. What tractor's he driving?
Uh,
They sold Chance Encounter, right? Him and Vesky a couple years ago.
in the MX 170.
Jim, put your money where your mouth is.
That's right, buddy.
Do you want the field or do you want Frankie? Right? We were betting on stuff today. We had a lot of fun and I'm just standing together. So.
Light limited pro stock, 31 track.
That's the class we started with. Is that class.
That's a great class. They put on a nice
And
show.
you know, I remember back in the day, East Central, that was their class
Yeah.
forever. And you remember before Illinois had their class.
Yep.
Me and another guy from East Central, Missouri, we went over there with Mike Miller and got that class going and promoted it. And they made our rules match. And so, yeah, the 466, and then Doug Roberts adopted it after Illinois did. And that class is huge. You know.
It's a great class. And, and then, like, so at home in the Badger State, we put the 20.8s on them. You know, down here, like, with the Western Series and the Outlaws, you see, and ITPA, you see the 24.5s on them. And they look like
They look like the rest of them. But,
Yeah.
you know, they're
No, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Because I always go to the Badger State guys. I'm like, hey, why do we, because when I had a hot farm, like I wanted 24.5s because I wanted to look like a tractor puller. You know what I mean? I don't want to skate tires. And our president, Greg, would always say, hey, I need the tractors to look a little bit different.
and that's a true statement.
They put on a great show. I mean, 31 of them. So what was our big class day? The Pro Stock 4x4s, right, Ron?
Those are four boards with 21. Yeah, that was the big one.
You know, in the 466, I mean, we see a lot of color in that class, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
That's
A lot
what
of
makes it
variety.
fun.
The 466 is easy to build too. I mean, any color can build for that.
And they're making 1,300 horse or more.
And when I started back 20 years ago, if you had 800 in that class, you were the.
Jim says we'll talk in the morning. Bring your cash here. Let's see here. Let me see what I got. I'll go to the time machine if I need to. What do we got in here? Oh, come on, Birch. Ding, 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 ding. Let's talk. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
I could have won $100
You
off
could have.
today's
You
deal.
could have.
I wouldn't
Still
have made
can't
you
believe
pay.
none of those guys.
So the
Roll
first
the
two
dice.
Pro Stock trucks ran that right side, Tony, and then every single one of them after the train stretcher went up there. And then when I chickened out. It's only $100, but still, I chickened out because you're like, Jason, there's 21 more trucks left.
Well, the next 3 or 4 after the leader were just tailing off, and then they were all hitting that same wall. And somebody's going to cross track it. Somebody's going to do something. Nope. They all stayed up there.
Yeah. I think they were all scared too.
So were a lot of tomorrow's competitors here today watching? Tony, do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, there was quite a few of them. I mean, I don't know a lot, but there was quite a few. Okay. Yep. I thought I should walk over and look and watch. You know?
I think you could have went to school today a little bit. I'm not going to
Yeah.
ask you if you're going to take any weight off the front. I don't want to get into that. If you're going to let it air out of your tires, different things like
Well,
that.
that's a given.
Right. But I mean, I don't want to get in because you do have
Yeah.
to compete tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we're all friends until the chain drops into a little hole.
Yep.
Then we tighten it. That's when it's legit.
Yep.
So
No, it
But
was
it's
good
gotta
to
be-
see it.
It isn't going to be your just, hey, this looks just like, Macon or whatever.
or Wisner.
Or this is my setup, and this is where I put because I do that. Because I'll say to my dad, I'm like, hey, I rated it just like so and so. Let's go. He's like, yeah, I agree. We have all of our notes, but that's what makes it fun though.
Yeah.
And I really want the fans to understand that. Like nobody knows.
No, it's a gamble.
It's what it's all about.
I know we're at the Iowa State Fair, but where's your favorite place to go? Favorite track?
I don't do that.
Come on now.
Well, just give us a top 3 then. Like special places,
the
like memories, stuff like that.
The favorite track or the favorite atmosphere, the whole pull in general.
Yeah, do them
lay
all.
it out there.
Yeah.
Wisner by
We
far.
got nothing but time tapped out.
Wisner by far is the most fun and good pull. I think the all-around picture Wisner.
Yeah, just because of the crowd. And
Yes,
the
in
beer
the
and good fun.
atmosphere, and you get an extra day. You get to hang out with your buddies and pullers and friends.
Shaded staging area. The big shade
Rock
trees.
Valley has an awesome track. I like Rock Valley. But like I said, there's a lot of nice little, around home we have a lot of nice venues too. But as far as a bigger pull, Wisner and Rock Valley is.
Good deal.
What's your favorite indoor pool?
Well, let's see. I've only attended very few of them in my life. The Countdown Showdown, of course, because I won it the last time.
There it is.
I wasn't even thinking that when I asked that
Go
question.
round 2 on the old.
We used to go to Gordyville a lot, but I haven't been there in a while. But no. The Countdown Showdown was a good time. I wish it could have been attended by spectators, but
Right.
it was a good time.
That poll will go down for infamy.
Yeah, I know it was different
Because of
to
COVID.
pull in front of nobody.
Yep.
It would be like pulling at 2:00 in the morning at a county fair and everybody went home.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't
I
want
pulled
to-
at Gordyville late one year. The smoke tube had some issues. We pulled like at 1:30 in the morning. There was like 10 people left, and like 5 of them were sleeping. You know what I mean? And as a puller, we're never going to get our money back out of these machines, but we do it because we love it. But you want to pull in front of a big crowd.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a Wisner fun or a Rock Valley or a State Fair. Different things like that. Because if you do happen to lay down a monster pass, when you can hear the crowd cheering through your helmet, you did something.
Oh, yeah.
And the sport of pulling's changed. A 3.5 hour, 4 hour show is a good show. When I took the pull over in Montgomery City 20 years ago, they're like, is it going to last to 1 in the morning? Like, nobody wants to watch tractor pulling for 7 hours.
The beer sales eventually slow down.
Yeah, 3.5, 4 hours, quality show.
Nobody wants to, but, you're pulling fans like us. We're the guys that they're waiting for the last one to get on the track.
Yes.
And then still looking back to see if there's any more left in the staging
That,
area.
that's it? Really?
There's only 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's party.
Yep.
Let's party. So, we're gonna let Tony go here in a few minutes. But if you have any questions for Tony or for Ron or myself for the Iowa State Fair or comments or anything like that, please type them into the comments. We'd appreciate that a lot. So we're sitting at the Iowa State Fair, everybody. So I'll just kind of give a little rundown over there. There's the starting line area, the grandstands. There's the hillside seating, and the fish track today. So we're kind of sitting down here at the Outlaw trailer. What was the farthest distance we saw today, Ron? Was it Ulmer? 360 something? Of the unlimited?
360.
They lived a light superclass with Eleanor.
No, it was Unlimited Super on that side,
Whip.
wasn't it?
Deerfield.
Gary Whip was, I think, the longest.
Hey, you know what you can do? You can go to the Outlaw app.
That's what I'm doing right
Check that
now.
out.
Good do that. Well,
Which
thank
you
you
all
guys
can
for
download
having me.
right now.
Thanks,
Thanks, Tony.
Yep.
Good luck tomorrow, buddy.
If there's any other suckers laying around out back,
I will send them your way with a
I think
drink.
we got one over here.
Okay.
Is it Will King
Thanks,
Man?
Tony.
See you guys.
Will coming in?
Will, come on in the hot seat, buddy. Yep. We have the great Will Man.
Next
coming in
up.
right now.
On the Price is Wrong, bitch. Was that Bob
That
Barker?
was
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Will, talk
Yes.
to us.
Will Man.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
what's it like
in
to be
the
back
hot
at the
seat,
Iowa
buddy.
State Fair, bud?
I haven't been here since 2000.
2000?
I drove Greg Anthony
When you
the
came
racer
here,
truck.
Is that Journey?
No, that was on Conan. He had his second
Oh,
one
yeah.
years ago.
So the Beach Boys have been warming up all night, and Nelson, Bop, right? And now we have
No,
Will.
that's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not Nelson. That's
Nelson's opening for the Beach Boys.
No, that's
Oh,
Song's
yeah,
number
yeah,
right
yeah. But Nelson.
Bop.
No, that's
Yeah,
not Nelson.
Not-
yes,
that's
it
not-
is. No, I think
Nelson was out in
No,
the
no, no,
He had the long
early
hair.
90s.
It's not Nelson then. It's
Yeah.
uh,
I can't live without
Yeah,
you.
Love and
affection.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't live another life.
I always get
Those 3 brothers.
I was just
I don't
Nelson
even know what
and
they're called.
Hanson.
Hanson. It's
That's
Hanson.
what it is.
Hanson's opening for the Beach
Jason was
Boys
a
night.
huge fan.
Thank you.
Jason.
Well, I'm into boy bands
Yeah.
because boy bands
Yeah.
check hot chicks, and
That's one of those
I like
songs,
girls.
You know, when none of your buddies are around, you crank it
Yeah.
up. And, you know, how that
Oomba.
goes. There's a lot of
6. I'm looking for the longest distance today.
Evil is in the house.
Evil
yeah,
Knievel.
I've
Jim
seemed
Birch.
to adopt that nickname, Evil Knievel.
You
You're
guys
welcome.
chat. I'm gonna go recruit some more
You're
players.
welcome. Eleanor, Mark Omer was the longest.
Okay, 367.
364.
364.
0.3. So I've had more people ask me what the heck happened to Will Mans. Don't do that with your eyes. You're going to freak the kids out.
Mr. Stone, you were there. You saw most of it.
Well, I heard it.
Should I go into detail?
Well,
here?
not gory detail.
Okay. Well, no. Okay, so this truck right here, as a matter of fact, I was loading my four-wheeler. We parked my four-wheeler between the cab and the trailer. I actually pulled up on the truck and was on there, and I wasn't straight, so rather than get off and slide it over, I backed all the way back down, came back up. Front tires barely slipped over the edge. It was like slow
Over
motion.
the other side.
Right, over the other side. It was like slow motion. I remember like it just happened. I remember going, oh shit. And next thing you know, my forearms hit the ground like this. I turned around like this. The four-wheeler pogoed. I tried to jump. My leg got caught. My knee was messed up for a couple days afterwards. I saw the four-wheeler coming down on top of me. And
Well, it's like slow motion.
it was like slow motion. And, you know, we have a loose rack on the back of my four-wheeler. And it came loose and it poked me in the stomach.
Yeah.
I didn't
Punctured a couple of
I didn't think
organs there.
I didn't think I was hurt at first. I started to feel a pain in my stomach.
Is that what you felt first, or was it pain in your? Or was it your rib? You broke a couple of ribs too, right?
No rib damage. I didn't think I was hurt at first.
You were kind of on your side when I
Right,
came up and
right,
the four-wheeler was on you,
Right.
and you just said, "Get it off me! Get it off me!"
Well, I yelled for it seemed forever.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard
And
that.
nobody heard me. And I knew you were in the back of the trailer, so I knew you would come eventually. And then I remember you coming out of the trailer going, "Dude, what the hell?" I said, "Tony, get it off me! Get it off! Just get it off me!" And then I felt the pain in my stomach, and obviously the rack had.
So basically, the rack, what he's talking about, is a little rack that
The
hinges
centerpiece.
up to get to a toolbox. It's an older four-wheeler, and basically the ends of the rack are like two prongs of a fork. I mean, the end of the tube,
with screws or bolts.
and one of those impaled you and punctured your pancreas here.
I lost the top part of my pancreas, small portion. It'll grow back eventually. I lost part of my small intestine. I lost my gallbladder.
Gallbladder.
So, you know, you can live without the gallbladder. You can live without a piece of your small intestine. The pancreas, that's a little more serious. You can live without a pancreas nowadays, thanks to medical science. I think your life expectancy without one is maybe 5 years.
You got 2 helicopter rides.
I took an ambulance ride to Brett Hospital, which is just a small hospital. I took a helicopter ride to Mason City. They immediately put me back on the helicopter and said, we can't touch this here. I had a team of surgeons waiting on me in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic. I came in, I remember seeing them all hovering over me, and basically I woke up in recovery, and Kelly was...
At any point when they were hovering over you, were you saying, "I just get a cigarette"?
No. I think I was saying, could I get some more of that pain medication? Because I tell you what,
Give me the good stuff.
no, I mean it was serious pain. And
No,
I've never.
No, we're kind of joking about it, but we're glad you're here with us.
No, I've never been hurt before. I've never been in the hospital before. I've never had surgery before. So this was all brand new to me. I had never at any point did I think, hey, okay, this is it. This is the end. I was lucky. I had 2 of the best surgeons in the United States were on call at the same time that night.
That happens to help.
The number one pancreatic surgeon in the country was on duty.
Oh, how fortunate.
So I had, I think, 10 or 12 surgeons. I think they thought it was a challenge to repair me. And
Did they look at him and said,
You got your oil change too. You got a couple blood transfusions I heard as well.
I really don't know what all they did to me whenever
did you get the bill yet? No.
I'm getting lots of stuff from the hospital. Yes.
Yeah. I'm keeping him in a shoebox.
I think that the life flight, 125-mile life flight trip. So we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000 just on that deal.
Nice.
And I could probably buy a pretty nice used helicopter
For $100 grand? Can you
I
buy a chopper for $100?
know you can buy an airplane for $100.
What are lessons for that?
Yeah.
I'm
Can you fly a helicopter?
Well, I'm willing to try.
I'm willing to try.
He's
Will T. Man's helicopter flight training starts
But no, this
tomorrow.
guy right here, Ron Stone, he saved my life. Basically.
Oh no.
Him and I need to contact or find out who the nurse was who held a towel over my wound while I was laying on the ground for it seemed like forever, 15 minutes. I probably wasn't very long, but I need to find her and thank her. And Jim Perch was, I understand, was helping. So thanks.
She kind of did the initial assessments, and we did the squat here, but I knew it was pretty serious. Well, when I seen the end of that fork, and there was blood on it about up to that far, and I was like, I seen the gash on the side, and they right there calling here.
Well, not to get too gory, but I looked down and I saw part of my intestines hanging out. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
That's legit.
I knew at that point I was probably gonna have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So all I wanted to
push
do,
it back in.
all I wanted to do was just a big shower and just go on to the next bowl and that was the beginning of a four day run. And,
There's other ways to take some time off. Will we can talk about that after the show.
silly stuff happens and it usually doesn't happen to me and that was the true definition of an accident. It really was.
Delton Rister says, "I'm glad to see you made it, Will." Roger
Glad to
really
be
commented
here.
on that.
Glad
So
to be
people,
here. Glad to be
I
here.
know it doesn't seem like it, but people actually like you, Will. It's hard to imagine.
I
It's
know.
crazy. It's crazy.
I know. And hey, Jason gave me a big old kiss whenever I came.
Well, I was happy to see him.
Right on the cheek, but it was a wet one.
Yeah, well, it was sweaty.
Did the guy across your view? Did the governor of Iowa wave at you? Did it? Curious.
No, but I wanted to go get my photo taken with her, and I lost her in the crowd. So.
Yeah, Nelson, he sucked up on him on Governor Iowa thing. We're going to have to work on him a little bit.
We could have done that, but we were working.
We were trying to entertain,
we were
2,000 or 3,000
Well,
people.
and I said, I think it's the first time I've ever seen the governor at a
Yeah, it was cool. Seriously, honestly, Ron, it was kind of like, because the state troopers were right below us. Then the governor,
That's why they were there, because the governor was there.
yeah, they were scouting it out.
Right there.
Exactly.
But I saw the state troopers; they were filming some video too. So pretty neat. So Red Rock. So the governor Kim Reynolds posted on her Facebook page, and Red Rock is going down the track. They took a picture behind.
Very
it.
nice.
That's pretty neat. So our points leader right now, Red Rock, Rich Roseboom, and the team, Koima and all the boys.
Yeah.
So, we got all this. This is all behind you. You got no issues.
I know. I have to go back in for a CT scan in 8 weeks. 8 weeks from the day of the accident to make sure everything's still in place. And internal bleeding was the biggest concern at the beginning. Obviously, I've not had any issues with that. And they said, you'll know.
Yeah.
Like you're having a heart attack. All your limbs will go numb and tingly, and so you'll know. So get to the ER quick. So okay, thanks for telling me that. But yeah,
Have you been drinking? Nope. I have internal bleeding.
So hopefully I'll be back to I have goals. Okay.
Take us through your goals.
I would like to be back to work with the Outlaws by next Saturday. Saturday.
28.
Is that Madison?
I don't know if that's going to be possible. Somebody's over there staring at me.
But she can't hear us.
You can't hear us.
Because I think, is that Hanson playing in the background?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Bob.
We don't have Hanson or is it Nelson?
It's Hanson. No, it's Hanson's opening for the Beach Boys tonight.
It is Hanson?
I think so. Here, let me check.
I'd rather it be
I
Nelson.
thought it was Nelson, but
I can't live without you.
That's Nelson.
That's Nelson. But Nelson, Hanson's.
Oh yeah.
And I swear it wasn't that. So
Can somebody that's watching the show, can you guys Google Iowa State Fair?
Is there anyone watching that's a bigger Hanson fan than Jason Schultz? That's the question.
And that's why I don't like Ron Stone. So,
that song's gonna be in my head the rest of the night. Wake up.
you like
So enough about the accident. You're on the mend. We're good to go. Let's look forward. I mean, you've got a pretty successful page here, the Outlaw.
very successful page.
Yeah, tell us about your Facebook page.
Lately, I started pulling past myself and a couple other guys. Ian Gerbaugh, he's a big contributor. We started it 5 years ago. Old NTPA turned into Old Outlaws. A couple others branched off. Old NHRA drag racing. The Old NTPA page exploded within a month. We were up to over 5,000 members or something like that. It was insane. I think so between the Outlaw page now and the NTPA page, I think we are at somewhere in the neighborhood of 30,000.
Oh, awesome.
Over 30,000. The Outlaw page lately has really taken off. We changed the name to Outlaws Then and Now because
So we put some in current.
I wanted to do a lot of current stuff, and there's not a whole lot of old outlaw stuff out there. So went that route with that. And then, so here lately, it's exploded. My outlaw page is a little different than the outlaw page. Mine's more photos and whatnot. There's more information.
More informational. We advertise a lot with, admittedly, when I run an ad down, I'll push it through your page. Right. Get more eyes on it.
And lately, anytime I see you guys put something on that page, then I immediately share it to the outlaw page, my outlaw page. So, and then recently, since I've been out of commission for the last 2 weeks, I started a page called Top Alcohol Tracker Pulling. I just launched it 3 or 4 days ago. It's going to be more like Jason's page. There'll be a lot of live stuff, podcasts. Andy Gerbaugh and I have been talking about this for about the last 2 years.
And this is going to encompass anything that's burns out alcohol.
Yes, and we're not going to segregate diesel. You get some super stocks, pro stocks, the bigger stuff. Obviously, two-wheel drive trucks are a big part of it. But yeah, we got the idea from a guy who does inside top alcohol drag racing.com. He goes around to events, does live stuff. That's where we got the idea from. So we kind of just used his name a little bit. Sure. And went with it. But no, it's not all out. I had a couple guys complaining, saying, "Oh, we got some decent super fun." Well, if you don't like what you see, just keep scrolling. You don't mind talking that way. So we got some children. Random kids. It is fair. It is fair. Anyway, so to my fans, sorry I didn't get anything done today as far as videos, photos. It was you're tired. I was kind of overwhelmed at the beginning, and then I went to actually finally do some stuff in my phone, created and took crud. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, sorry guys, I'll try to do better tomorrow.
We were just talking about where you were going and you're using his page just like I'll use Beer Money. Yep. To push Outlaw, to get more eyes on. And there's a lot of point sites out there, a lot of point pages, and honestly, I'll use them all. Yeah, me too. If it applies, if someone that says NTPA or so, I won't push it there. Right. I won't go there. But if it's something about pulling, it's the two-wheel drive, Ford pulling trucks, or whatever, I'm going to push it through there. Get there. That's what it's all for. Yeah. That's why I'm in for all of it. So yeah, and like I say, talk alcohol, truck pulling. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna find another victim. You keep talking. You said that 10 minutes ago. I know, but I can do a better job. You're welcome. Keep talking. Come on, man. I know. No, it's to promote tracker
be able to go here today. Yes, I did. It was a good show. We had some growing pains, obviously. Well, I mean, it all comes down to the track. And a brand new track. Talk about that. There was just laid in here, and I know the guys worked their tails off. You know, for the last 3 days on the track, I watched the live videos all the time. And you know, I know Kevin was down here, and Richard, Ryan, just a bunch of guys were working their butts off. Severson was here, Jeff Severson was here, working it too. The guys were, I mean, it wasn't for lack of trying. Like we were talking about, all the ingredients are in there. You know, it's just, it needs to make. You know, it needs to. It's almost like a winter. Next year's gonna be better. Well, and frankly, you know, being new, it was hot. It was such a situation on any track. I mean, anytime you have an afternoon session, you're gonna have issues with the track, especially when it's sun beating down on the window. Yes. I mean, all in all, it was a good show. A lot of hooks, a lot of good iron here for sure. And in fact, Dave even got me. We were watching all the guys go on there. I'm sitting here watching some semis go by. I mean, there was a line there. So it's pretty awesome. I love watching all the guys go there. The one thing that just explained to me around here, what you and I run around in the same truck and trailer here. What we do when we get to an event, we get there early, is we start setting up all the sponsors. Banners, flags, Zoom flags, this easy app right here, you know, Shaper Oil has an easy app. We have inflatables we put out, and it's going to take some time. I mean, it really does. And just acknowledge some of those sponsors. I mean, we'll start with Case IH, deepertuning.com, Shaper Oil, which has lubricants, BP Racing Fuels, Frost and Rock Coolers, for the belts. I'm sure I'm going to get some here from memory. Stopfire fire extinguishers, the Cal Manage Grow, Air Dog Diesel, and then we couldn't do it without. Oh, absolutely. It's not do it without them. They give us a lot of money here, man. And they continue to give us more money each year. And everybody's supporting us. Oh, man. What do you guys do? And we've actually become pretty good friends with some of them. So the guys that come to do it. So that's nice to have that relationship with sponsors. We have some individual class sponsors as well. You know, we have Wortman, so we have Wisner, sponsor of the Pro Side class. These Wortman Engineering. Let's see, what else do we have here? Just going from memory. We have Northwoods Engineering. We're missing anybody on our major or banner. I don't think so. I think we got all of them on that. I got those shields and on there. What did you get for us? Reason. Ready? Yeah. So, how about you talk to Will? I'm gonna get a drink. Yep. What you getting me? Oh, you getting a drink? Hold on. You have Tito's in there? I do. There he comes. So you guys are going to leave me about myself. What's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, you want me to talk to Mr. Freeze? We'll interview Mr. Freeze. This is your job. No, this is my show. No, this is my job. This is your need of water. Water. That's right. Mr. Freeze, what's it like? I mean, this has got to be just nostalgic for you, isn't it? It is. I've probably been down here working in the Maryland Downs Midland for, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years. It's incredible to come to a new facility like this and to see how it turned out. The facility is fantastic. Yes, our track needs work. It's been 45 days on the ground. Yeah, I mean, we didn't expect anything like that to be awesome to plant potatoes in this year. But, you know, the Fair Board's already talked about bringing us in some more clay. Okay. For next year, we're going to put some rye down. Hopefully, we'll get a good freeze on it. Yeah. And
be safe on the good freeze part. I mean, we'll play on words. Yeah, like that. You like that, Ron? He's still joking. I've had numerous others say that, this track has probably some of the most potential. It just hasn't happened. Yep. So, with time, it'll come. And we want to get a show back because we know how instrumental you were at putting all this together. We can't thank you enough. Yeah. Because it's a lot of work. People don't know. People don't know. We come down Sunday and start working on it. You're right. This is your show. Hey, no, wait. He's in the hot seat. I'm going to step away. Yeah, I'll be on interview. You get your home in the sun. But hey, thanks, guys, for having me. Thank you. You good? I'm good. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks, for all your hard work. Thank you. You can move over to the hot one. Yep, then you guys sit in the middle. Sorry. We're going to answer some of those hard-hitting personal questions. No, it's way too much fun. If anybody has any questions for Glenn Freeze, comments, questions, everything, just please type in the comments. We'll ask him. We got him right here. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's been an awesome day. I'm super pumped. Because as a kid, the Iowa State Fair was the one pull a year. I went to the Iowa State Fair and we went back to school. You know what I mean? And that's just, and the memories I have here just are wild. Like, I haven't gone out yet and walked, behind the grandstands. I need to do that yet. Check it out.
The crowds have been awesome. New displays.
I heard
it's record crowds here after fair. In general, but
I think people are excited.
a great crowd for noon on Tuesday.
Yes, we did.
I thought it was a great crowd. In the future, they're going to head to them stands and they're going to have a room on them for fans in the future. Not wanting to sit in the sun.
Yeah, there was a nice breeze today. The weather's supposed to be nice again tomorrow, guys. So I'm excited for that. So I think it'll build a lot of people. Hey, it's back. It really is back at the fair. There's big stuff there, and there's multi-engine mods and da-da-da-da. So,
there was a lot of it. I was down here the first week of June. Storm sewers were a foot out of the ground yet. The berms were just starting to be built. They've come a long, long way in a short amount of time. I just can't say how much we appreciate all the effort that the fair put in to getting this business.
So it's awesome. It's awesome what you guys were able to do and pull it all out.
So Glenn Freeze is a former punch champion. He won 2019. The punch champion 18 was 18 and 19. Okay, 18 and 19. He made some highlight reels this year already. Good thing. The show starter that we have right after the national anthem. You always fired up. Great game, You got to watch that tomorrow. I guess I had. I just think so we're joined by Almost owner Kurt Van Beek here. Say hi to your fans, Kurt. Hello. I want to thank this guy right here, Glenn Freeze, and his group. The Wortman, especially Glenn and his group, they've done a heck of a lot of work into this track in Iowa. Coming up. You say it's group, you're not the Iowa. The Iowa track boys. And Glenn and his group, they've just done a lot of work in the last week and over the last month. This is an amazing facility. It's only going to get better. I can't say enough about our volunteers. We've got about 48 volunteers per day working here, whether it be scales, carving, track film, papers, packers, water wagons. As soon as everybody knew the fair was back on, we were having a pool. It was just overwhelming. The amount of people that wanted to come. Like some of the old people, a lot of new kids wanted to come, and we really appreciate them. Without those people, we couldn't do it ourselves. It's a lot of work. You guys have done a phenomenal job getting these guys in and out of here today. And we had to get 100 trucks out of here and then 100 trucks back in tonight, and they're doing an awesome job with that. Really, the only reason I came over here, Ron, is I heard you and Jason talking all day, but neither one of you had a face for TV. You only had a face for radio. So I just wanted to come over here, put a face for the Outlaws, and got a face for radio. There you go. He actually said that to me today, and Josh Runyon sent us some text and said Jason told me that I had a face for radio, and Josh Runyon messaged and said, Jason, you have a voice for silent movies. It's all fun. It's all good. You guys did a good job today on the microphone. Everyone over here was pleased with the whole show. That's what we were pleased with the fans sitting out there.
And tomorrow will be even better and bigger. We're going to have a lot more horsepower on the track tomorrow. We had a couple of horsepower classes today with the Unlimited Stock Lines class. But we mainly had the higher order horsepower tractors today. Tomorrow we got the two-wheel drives and the big modified pickups and the pro-stock tractors and the diesel supers. So we had, other than the Unlimited, we have all horsepower today. So if you're watching and want to come out tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of horsepower going down this track tomorrow. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's and I mentioned earlier, we had Kevin on because I know the track is not, we were talking about how we put all the ingredients in there to make the best track possibly good. The State Fair was like, what do we need to do? And they wanted to make this the best track that we possibly could. The ingredients are there. It's not done yet. But I think Kevin took it a little bit personal that it wasn't a great track today. And he was immediately out there as soon as the last tractor went down the track. He moved his son aside, jumped on the grader, and went out there and started working on his track. And was out there for,
one of the big assets of the Outlaws it's the Outlaw family. But Kevin Bauer and Ryan Boyson and that group, they come to every event and they will spend 3 to 4 hours getting the track ready. They want everybody to have
sometimes longer.
Sometimes longer. They want to have, and they will spend 3 days here, but they want everybody to get an even playing field, and they work their butts off to make sure that we get a good track every time. And yes, they were a little disappointed today, but they understand this is a new track. This is virgin dirt, and next year it'll be better. It'll be better tomorrow, and it'll be better next year, and it'll be better in years to come. This is going to be a great track. The ingredients are there, like you said, Ron, but they did what they could with what they had, and that's what they do every week, and that's what we're proud of.
Okay. And of course, we're going to be here tomorrow, but I kind of want to talk about Wisner this weekend too. Looking forward to Wisner this weekend. That's going to be a huge pull.
Yeah, we're looking at, I think we had about 100 hooks today. We're going to have about 100 hooks tomorrow. When we get to Wisner, it's looking like we're going to have 160 to 170 hooks on Friday and the same amount on Saturday. That's going to be a big show.
Yeah, it starts at 5:30 Friday and 5 o'clock Saturday.
Yep, those will be big shows. Yep.
Yeah, and we were talking about, we asked Tony Wortman, where's his favorite place to pull, and he really didn't want to put him in a box. But I mean, for you, Glenn, where's your favorite place to pull? And it could be your favorite track, and you can even explain that too. It could be your favorite environment, what have you. But
up till we come to this facility, I always like Rock Valley. Nice big open pits, a good track, accommodating people. They feed the pullers. They do anything if you need any kind of parts. They'll do anything to help you out. But after coming here and knowing the potential of this place, I'm kind of favor of this one here out there.
And I agree. We've got Wisner, we've got Macon, Missouri, we've got Warrensburg, we've got Rock Valley, Ravenna. I mean, we've got just a ton of 2-day shows that are really, really great shows. And I'm probably missing one right now, but putting me on the spot. Manila is another great show. But Glenn's right. I mean, they all rank up there, but this one's going to rank right up there with.
Oh, I agree.
It's going to be good.
State fair
is going to be huge.
It's a state fair. That's a big deal.
And I think after being here and seeing how many haulers we had, I think we can get some more haulers in here.
There was some
Just saying.
parking, yeah.
Just saying.
We have to be done by 5 though, right?
You need to talk to the parking crew on that one.
Hey, we were
They're
3.5 hours today.
Yeah, they're packing them in behind us right now. I mean, we got more haulers.
It's neat seeing everything come in.
We got more haulers in here tonight than we did last night. And what was cool today is, we were done at 3:30, and at 5:30, all the haulers were out of here, and we started running them back in at about 6:30. Glenn, is that about right? And they started trickling in, and they could really start coming in about 8, and now they're rolling in. We're going to get them most of them in here tonight, Glenn, and that's awesome. We'll have to put some in the morning, but we'll be ready to rock and roll by noon.
Good.
No, Glenn, we just wanted to get you on and thank you because you've been busting your ass.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that. It's not just me. There's a
No,
lot of guys.
but you have to have a general.
Yep.
Let's be honest.
Yep.
There's a lot of volunteers, but you got somebody's got to be in charge.
You got to have somebody in charge. Glenn's done a great job, and Dave Nelson's helped him on the other side. Glenn has been on the grounds and doing an awesome job with his crew, and Dave has been kind of with the fair board and with Gary, and it's just been.
And the governor of Iowa came out today. That's still cool.
That was cool.
Yeah,
That is still cool. And the state troopers, John.
Yeah, state troopers.
They were here for
Keeping an eye on
you.
because the governor was.
Did you meet a state trooper personally? Or?
No, but they were right below us. So I said to Ron, they're here for you. He's like, no.
Well, so, a serious question, though. I mean, how early will Dave Nelson go live in the morning tomorrow? I'm curious. Yesterday it was day before yesterday. It was like 7:30. Yesterday was 6:30 this morning. It was
the sun was
5:30.
coming up this morning.
Is he going to go for 4:30 in the morning?
I don't know what Dave's going to do, but Kurt ain't going to be there at 4:30. And me and Glenn have talked earlier. You know what? Things are rolling pretty good. We might just sleep in a little bit tomorrow morning, right, Glenn? Glenn deserves it more than I do.
Don't sound like a bad idea.
He's so chipper at 5:30 in the morning too. Have you heard Dave Nelson when he's doing his Facebook
good
Live?
for Dave.
Yeah, I usually wake up to Kevin Bauer backing up the road grader. Beep, 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 right in the back of the camper. Yeah. And that's just fine. It's fantastic.
But no. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Jason. And thank you, Glenn.
Yeah.
And,
thank you
we're
guys.
going to go park some more haulers, and Glenn's going to relax for the night. He's
take it easy. Chill out a little bit.
Chill out a little bit. So. All right.
Put your feet up.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
Thanks, Kurt. Thanks for all the work you're doing, Glenn. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it. Thanks, Rico.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
So then there was two.
Then there was two. Well, I mean, it's been a good show. With a lot of people watching earlier. It's time to wrap it up.
Yep.
Gone
pretty long.
So any of you that want to head this way tomorrow, Des Moines, Iowa State Fair, it's going to be a great show. I mean, we got the Diesel Supers tomorrow. We got Pro Stocks tomorrow. Silver Mod 2-wheel drive trucks.
Mod 4-wheel drive.
It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be fun. So, and I think we all agree the track is going to be better tomorrow.
Yep.
It looks like it's ready to pull on right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have seen the show today, again, we're not ripping on it. It's just we're being honest. It's just they couldn't get any ground speed. They couldn't get any grip. You need to be able to pack it in a little bit. But they sheets footed this track tonight, and they all got to pull on the same track, Rob.
Yeah, it was driver's track, and they all pulled on the same track.
Deckers, it was a great day. Yeah,
it was a great day.
Because you won Deckers. Did you highlight all the winners? Did we message everybody? That's one thing I want to do because winning the Iowa State Fair, that's a
big deal.
Honestly, for me to announce here, Ron, that's a bucket list for me. I really wanted my tractor here today, but my piston said no last Friday night.
Dad broke the tractor.
My dad broke my tractor.
So let me get out the app here.
Thanks for watching our show every Tuesday night. Ron and I really look forward to this. To recap previous events, talk about Wisner, Nebraska this coming weekend.
So we went through the naturally aspirated two-wheel drive, Pro Stock 4x4.
Let's just hit them all again. Let's hit our winner. Let's do top three in each class.
Recap. Top three. Naturally aspirated two-wheel drive, which I call modified two-wheel drive. Of course, Aaron Deckers took first.
Good way to go, Aaron. Aaron's watching the show right now.
Alyssa Van Beek and Twisted Sister took second. And Slightly Twisted Terry Van Beek took third.
And then Hot Iron finished fourth, but won the points.
Won the points with a double tiebreaker.
That's awesome.
Pro Stock 4x4 chain stretcher.
And kudos to them because he chose a new line.
He did, and they all followed him.
Can you imagine? He watched 21 trucks come out here.
Well, yeah, he was 20. He
was third.
Yeah, doing math. Yeah, he watched
22.
20
something.
He watched 18 trucks.
Okay, 18.
That's still a lot.
That's still a lot. A lot.
That you're announcing, you're embellishing.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. Right?
Change stretcher is number one. Troublemaker Brett Stamps 2. Defending champ Derek Brown Holograss was 3. Light Super Stock, of course, that guy from South Dakota, Mark Ulmer.
Part of the Ulmer Mafia.
The Ulmer Mafia.
We already patented it, Ulmers. We have T-shirts being made right now.
They're coming off. They're hot right now.
We're trying to have them here tomorrow.
Corey Schluter, the Barn Burner, goes number 2. Good to see they got that tractor running right again. Pretty rough start to the season for them. And Chuck Schluter, the Barn Buddy.
That's a father-son team, right?
Father-son, yep. Excellent. Yep. Super Farm. Super competitive Super Farm. Mike Dunpall, burning bucks.
That first look of the class, right after intermission.
Yeah, and I was kind of calling. I said he's had some good runs lately. He was due. Bruley Buck, Ron Eamon. I took the Bruley Buck to the number 2 spot. Red Rock, Dave Roseboom, a team out of Rock Valley, Iowa, went number 3.
Was Someday in second for points? Because Someday, Chad did not have the pass he wanted to.
He did not. He's in second in points.
So the Red Rock picked up some points today on them.
He's 9 points behind Red Rock.
Heading into today.
So you go back here. That was Super Farm. Limited Pro Stock. The Black 1066 Jesse Giza took first. Connie Mullenix, the Gopher, in second. Joel Van Gelder, the full bore farmer, in third. 540 Light Pros, Hostile Environment, Ryan Mitchell went number 1. Dan Shulo, the entertainer, 2. Alice Jumbers went 2. And Rich Johnson, Shag Nasty went 3. Unlimited Superstock, Gary Whip, Deer Fever 1. Colin Weens, Deer Factor 2. And of course, Ben Freeze, Red Ink went 3. And Modified Tractors, the Omer Mafia there once again, Sweet Pain at Larchwood, Iowa went number 1. Cameron Neves, Cotton Candy 2. Don Nelson, a Twisted Whip, number 3. And that's the recap, top 3 of each class here this afternoon.
So tomorrow we start at noon. Let's roll through those classes. We're on the Outlaw app, everybody. That's how easy it is.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about the classes
Iowa
tomorrow.
State Fair on Wednesday. Oops, the lineup. 2-wheel drives, super modified 2-wheel drives,
yep.
modified 4-wheel drives, the Alki Burner 4-wheel drive, 3200 Pro Field, diesel supers, light limited pro stocks, and heavy 10,000 pound pro stocks.
And then we go to Wisner Friday and Saturday, right?
Wisner Friday and Saturday, and I don't know if you heard Kurt said we're looking at 160 to 170 hooks there.
And Wisner.
Cool. It's going to be a busy night.
It was fun to do this on location. I'd like to thank outlawpulling.tv for providing us a hotspot so we can do this and give good internet to everybody. And it's fun to do it on location like
Yeah,
this,
it's
Ron.
cool.
I really,
Great weather for it, too.
because normally you and I are looking at each other through computer screens.
Right. Yeah, I like
And you're
doing
still just as ugly in person.
yeah.
You have a voice for radio.
Face for
And
radio.
I have a,
Face
you have a
for
face for it, and I have a voice for silent films. So it's all good.
All right, buddy.
Hey.
Let's wrap it up.
Ron, thank you, sir. It was great working
Good
with
night.
you. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, fans, for following
Thanks
the
for
Outlaw
tuning in.
Truck and Tractor Pullers. Have a great night.